Hey guys, this is Diksha and welcome back to the fourth episode of Generative AI for Beginners series. So, yeah, so today's episode is focused on Streamlit for your Rack bot that we made in our last episode, that is the third episode. Now, we are going to do is what we are going to turn a AI into a web app. Okay, so if you remember, last time we built a command line RAG chatbot that could, literally read a PDF and answer questions from it. It was super cool, but let's be honest, not everyone wants to type into a black terminal window. So what if we could, turn the same chatbot into a clean, friendly, clickable website? Just drag and drop a PDF file, ask questions from it, and get all those smart answers in seconds. So today we will do just that using something amazing called Streamlit. Okay. So, what is Streamlit and why it is perfect for this? Let's focus on that. So, all right, let's pause for a second and talk about this real MVP of today's episode, that is Streamlit. So, what is Streamlit? So, it's a Python framework that lets you turn your scripts into web apps with zero front end coding. At its core, Streamlit is a Python framework, but not the complicated backend server kind. No JavaScript, no React, no CSS, no swearing. So it's designed for people who know Python but not front end development, and it lets you turn your Python script into an actual web apps, like real working interactive web apps in literally minutes. Okay. So give me a moment and let me just show you how wild it is. So you can see this is the same folder that we were using to build our simple rag chatbot, which is the episode third. Here I'm going to just create a test file just to show you how wild it is. Yeah. Okay. So don't worry, I'm going to explain everything later. It's just to show you, give you a kind of a glimpse. Don't worry about it. I'm going to explain everything. Oh, sorry, I did a mistake. We are importing it and then we are using some of the functions. Yeah, this one. Should I say hello? Okay, so here it is. I'll just run it. To run it, the command is streamlit run, and then you give the file name test.py. So it opens into your browser, just like a front end. So here you can see what is your name. I'll just type Diksha. Okay, now what happened? So here the name Diksha changed. If I will type some other name, Riya. Nice to meet you, Riya. So what happened? You run this tiny script. Okay, so it's just an example. I'm going to explain further into the lecture, but this is just an example. Okay, so what you do is you run this tiny script, and then boom, it opens in your browser. Okay, so here you can see it opened in your browser with a title. So we have title hello AI world, and then we have a text input field where what is your name, and here you put your input, and then you have a live response that changes as you type. So as I typed Ria, it changed to Ria or Raj. Okay, so it changed to that. So no HTML, no buttons to design, no JavaScript functions to debug. It's literally just Python turning into a front end. Okay, so that's what makes Streamlit special. So it is easy to understand, easy to learn. Okay, so it feels like coding in a notebook, but it looks like an app. So it's very very easy. Okay, so yeah. Also guys, I'll just tell you a little more about Streamlit, then we can just move forward and create our web app, right? That that will answer the questions from our PDF that we'll feed it into. Okay, so yeah, so now what happens, the cool part is, if you are working with generative AI or LLMs, you want, fast iterations. You want to, quickly prototype those ideas. You want to, test prompts, chunk text, or, try new models, and maybe let non-tech people use your tool. So Streamlit is your best friend. Okay, so when whether you are working with PDFs, chat GPT, or, full on vector databases, Streamlit gives you, a simple elegant UI without needing a front end engineer. You don't have to go into that. You just write Python and it handles the web part, right? So, see, it is that easy. Also, so what we are going to do is now, so in this episode we are using Streamlit to wrap our RAG chatbot in a user interface. Okay, now okay, all right, of all these things, now what we're going to do before we dive into the code, let me give you one quick but powerful tip. Okay, I should have talked about it earlier, but I missed it, so I'm talking about it in this episode. So one second, guys, let me just open. So okay, now this is one of the important things that I should have talked, earlier, but I did not. So let's just, talk about it here. So whenever, you are working with a new tool, especially something like Streamlit, LangChain, or, OpenAI, don't just, copy paste from the tutorials, but try to understand. Take a few minutes to visit the um, tools. Okay, so for example, today we are what we are doing, we are using Streamlit. So let's just go and, check the Streamlit documentation. So Streamlit documentation here. Okay, so if you can see here, the first one that pop up, Streamlit documentation, just click on it. It's working. Okay, so okay, so here you can see this is the documentations. Okay, you can explore it by yourself. You can go through all these and look what is there. So for example, if you go to API reference here, text elements, so heading and body where st.title, so this function displays text in title formatting. You can go on and read about it. Okay, so what does mean, what it takes, what are the, so it also provides you with an example, like this is how you'll use, and this is how it will, come out. Okay, so it will just, it takes you a few minutes to visit their official documentation. So or whenever you are using any tool, uh, you just go and, visit their documentation first and see st caption what it does. It display text in small font, so you can see this is the, function, what are the parameters it takes. You can go and read about it, so you will get more clearer. Okay, so if you are, ever just stuck, or, you are curious, just google the documentations, and trust me, you will not only learn faster, you will, start to think like a builder. That said, I have already gone through all the, messy stuff, so you don't have to. So let's just, jump into the actual app, and I'll walk you through line by line, right? Okay, guys, let's just close this for now. Okay, guys, so as I told you, this is the same folder that we were using to build our simple rag chatbot. So this is the document that we were using. That was the fun guide to cats, if you remember. If you haven't, watched this episode, you can just go and check in our generative AI for beginners series. Okay, so this is the document that we were using to, query from, and yeah, okay, so these were the documents. We all know about the env, so here we keep our key. So you put your OpenAI API key here. So this is the main this is our main script that we used to build that simple rag chatbot. You all have remembered, and I have explained this thoroughly in the last episode, that is the episode 3rd. Okay, so I'm not going to do that again, but okay, so we are going to, what we're going to do, let's just keep it here. Let's just okay, let's just, create a new file. I'll just name it app.py. Okay, so let's just start from here. Okay, you all know that what I'm going to do is, I'll just write a few lines, and then I'll explain you what that means. Then again, I'll write a few lines, and then I'll explain you what is happening. Okay, so you also just type with me. Okay, so before that, you have to also install the dependencies whatever we are using. So what we want to install is, so go on and do pip install. You have to install Streamlit first, right? And then you have to install LangChain. We are going to use that too. LangChain, and then you are going to use OpenAI. Okay, then we are going to use FAISS, um, right? And then we are going to use PyPDF, right? Then we are going to use python.env. Okay, so all these are the dependencies that we need to install. Just so I have already installed them just to show you, that's why I just ran it. So I already have installed all of these, so you can do that. Once you are done with this, then what we are going to do, first step is importing. Okay, so I'll just explain you step by step, but first just I'll just write a few lines and then I'll explain to you. I will explain you all those things. So first thing is here importing, okay, all those libraries that we are going to use. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are importing everything needed for the UI, that is Streamlit, LangChain tools, which are embedding, loading, and vector DB, reading PDFs, all these environment variable loading, that is .env, and then temporary file handling for uploaded PDFs, that is temp file. Okay, so we are going to import all this here, and then what we are going to do is we are going to load our .env variables. Okay, that is our OpenAI key. So we load. Okay, so what it does is this loads your OpenAI API key securely from .env file. So we have created the .env file and we have placed our OpenAI API key here. Okay, so from there it will load it and it will keep your key private and outside of your code. Okay. Okay, so this is the third step, where you do is the page setup, where you set the page title on the browser tab. Then you will set the layout. Layout is like what kind of layout you want. Wide, for a better full screen experience. Displays and the st title, it displays a big title at the top of your app. Okay, now the next step is to upload the PDF file. Okay, so we are uploading the PDF file. So the file we are using is the same that we used in the last episode. That was the cats document. So that was a PDF file. So we are going to explain it. So it shows that what it does. File uploader, it shows a drag and drop file uploader for .pdf files. So when a file is uploaded, it becomes available in uploaded file. Okay, next that we have to do is we have to save uploaded file temporarily. Okay, so what it does, it stores the uploaded file as a temporary local file. Okay, so tmp path, what it does, it is used to pass the file into LangChain. Okay, now what we are going to do, now we are going to extract the text, okay, from the PDF file. So lo loader, py PDF loader. Okay, then chunking. This one. Okay, so what happens here? Loader, it loads all the text from PDF using PyPDF loader, and then what does splitter does? Splitter splits long PDF text into smaller overlapping chunks, for better understanding by the model.
So
And then chunk
what we do
overlap
here in
is
embeddings, we
200. It ensures that
converts
context isn't
it
lost
converts
across the
each chunk
chains.
of text into vector
Also,
embeddings using OpenAI,
yeah, I have
and
explained
store
this in
these
the previous
embeddings
file
in
also.
FAISS,
It is
which is a vector
so
database,
from now on
which
everything
we
is
have talked
kind of
about in last
same.
episode
We
too.
are
And
what
this
we are doing
allows
is
extracting
extracting
the
the
text
text
from
from the
the PDF,
PDF,
and
and
then
then we
ask
are
a
chunking
question.
it in a smaller
Okay.
chunk sizes of 1000 and with a chunk overlap of 200. Okay, so yeah, the next step is the to embed and store in files for storing. Okay, so what we are going to do is embeddings, OpenAI embeddings, files. Okay, so what we do here in embeddings, we converts, it converts each chunk of text into vector embeddings using OpenAI, and store these embeddings in FAISS, which is a vector database, which we have talked about in last episode too. And this allows similarity search later when you will ask a question. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to create this RAG Q&A chain. Okay, so LLM. So okay, uh, what it does, it loads LLM, it loads GPT-4o as your LLM. So we specify the model that we are using. So you specify the model that you are using. Okay, so it loads the GPT-4o as your LLM, and then this QA chain, it creates a retrieval QA chain, which takes a user question. It will take a user question, find the relevant chunk from the vector DB, and then send both the question and the context into GPT-4o to get a reliable answer. Okay, now, yeah, now you are going to, what you are going to do is you are going to ask questions to it. So ask, the spelling is wrong now, just let it be. Question. Okay, so it adds a so st dot text input, it adds a text box for the user to type their question. Okay, next up, what we are going to do is run this chain and then show results. Okay, so here, when what happens when a user enters the question, a spinner appears while GPT-4o thinks. So between that, it just shows thinking. Okay, so the answer is shown with st dot right. Okay, and then the below that st dot expander, what it does, it displays source snippets, the actual paragraphs from the PDF used to generate the answer. Okay, so you can just see. So where before running this. Okay, so before running this, what this app does is it accepts any PDF you upload, breaks it into chunks, then convert that chunk to embeddings, which we use OpenAI to convert it, store them in FAISS vector DB, lets you ask questions, and then use GPT-4o plus your PDF chunks to generate accurate answers. Okay, so let's just run it and let's just test it. Okay. So to run this, we have to type Streamlit run, and then what is your file name? App.py. Okay, Streamlit run app.py. Enter. So from one click it opens into a browser. So what we did, chat with your RAG chatbot. So here you upload your PDF document, and then we'll just go and browse our file. So this was the file that we used last time. We are going to use the same file today also. Okay, let's just wait until it's running. Okay, so it gives you an input box saying ask a question about your PDF. So let's just ask something and see if it works. mm, Wait, let me just check, what I can ask. What should we ask? So let me just look for a question. Okay, so you put your question and the spinner comes here. See here, thinking, this is a spinner. Okay, so you can see the answer here. So in pop culture, cats are iconic figures. They appear in books like The Cat in the Hat and okay. So cats have a mysterious aura. Okay, so this is all. Oh, wait a second, guys. Okay, so source snippet shows you from which paragraph it took the answer from. So it's showing you in okay. So in your PDF, this was the paragraph from where it took the answer. Okay, and this is the answer that it has framed. Okay, so this like that you can go and play with it. You can ask different questions, test if it's answering from your PDF, if the answers are correct or not. Okay, so you can go on and go through all this to test it. So you can see that now it's not something boring. You are typing in your terminal, that black terminal. Okay, so it's something fun, like a web app where you can go and just upload your any file, upload your notes, upload your if you want an answers from a research paper, upload that research paper here, and then question it from your directly from this. So it's like a front end, but you have used Python framework for it. Okay, so no HTML, nothing like that. Okay, so I believe you all like this video, the information that we provided. Please do not forget to go through documentations whenever you are uh, stuck somewhere. Just go through the documentation. When you do not understand something, go to the documentation. There is definition for everything. Okay, so you can go there and do that. So yeah, thank you, and let's just meet in the next episode. Bye.